Hey y'all, I'm Deidra and this is Shade Tree Reads. This is the third and final part of a haul from the books that I bought between March and May mostly. Some of these came a little later, some of these were pre-orders. Save these for last because these books are, a lot of these are on my October TBR, my Black Aween-a-thon TBR, my Black SF-a-thon, Black SFF-a-thon TBR, and as well as my It's Britney Witch TBR for October. Some of them cross over, some of them don't, and let's just get right into it, y'all. Oh, before we jump into it, I will say that some of these were pre-ordered in March, April, or May, and they didn't come out until later. So if you see some books that didn't come out until August, that would be why. But we're gonna start. My first book in this haul is gonna be a book I've already read, and that's Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark. This was, I think I gave this 4 stars, and, oh, don't turn the pages up. It is probably my second favorite of the 3 or 4, no, of the 4 works by P. Jelly Clark that I have read. This is my second favorite, right behind A Dead Gin in Cairo. I also read The Black God's Drum, and I'm planning to read The Haunting of Tramcar 015 probably tomorrow. I was going to do it over the weekend, but I just got distracted by other things. But yeah, this is Ring Shout. It's about, how do I summarize this differently from the cover? Basically, we follow in this book a character named Maurice who hunts Ku Kluxes, which are these mythological creatures that basically feed on hate. And if I'm being quite honest with y'all, I haven't read this, but when I was visualizing some of the scenes and some of the characters, I couldn't really put a specific look to them, but my mind translated it into the animation style of Bitterroot, and I couldn't help it. Even when I realized and recognized that that's what my brain was doing, I tried to stop it, but I couldn't. So a lot of the action scenes were animated, like were cartoon style and animated in the style of Bitterroot in my mind as I was reading and listening, and I thought that was fun. I think this would make a cool adaptation. A movie, like maybe like an hour and a half, maybe. I think this would be cool. I want to see more books, black books specifically, turned into movies and TV shows, and so I volunteer this one as tribute first. Okay, this next book is a controversial book as far as people who I trust actually liking it, and that is The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. All I really know about this is about one black girl who works in a publishing office, I think, or maybe not specifically publishing, but let's just say she works in an office setting, and she's the only black girl that works there, and then another black girl shows up at some point, and things start to go kind of bad for the OG black girl, and that's the story in this book. I am really scared to start this, y'all, because y'all have really torn this book apart, and I'm okay with that. Like, speak your truth. But I bought it because of the cover, and I can't even front. The premise does sound good to me, but I am straight up scared scared. But anyways, we'll see. I plan to read this not necessarily for Black Aween-a-thon or Black SFF-a-thon, but by the end of the year for sure, just so I can have my own opinion about it. That's how you know we're not reading it for Black Aween. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dog barking. There's nothing I can do about it. Just try to ignore it. I'll try to edit around it. But if you can hear it, I'm sorry. This next book I bought way before I heard about the controversy surrounding how this author came up with the premise for this book. And I really wanted to read it, and hearing about how TJ Klune appropriated the trauma of indigenous children being sent to assimilation and execution schools, to come up with the premise of this book really upset me. But I had already spent my money on it, and so that is a dilemma that we face as readers and just as consumers of art, that we have to decide where the line is. And I guess I decided that I was going to hold on to the book and read it anyway, because I don't even remember how long. It wasn't, if I'm being honest, it wasn't that long after I bought this. I think maybe a couple of months or so, maybe like 2 months really, when that article came out, the interview with Klune that set off the controversy. I think his intentions were good, but that doesn't outrank the outcome, and I have regrets, but I think I will still read it before the end of the year. And depending on how I get on with it, I may donate it and just unhaul it. I don't know, but yeah, The House of Cerulean Sea. I don't think I ever said the name of the book. It's The House in the Cerulean Sea. And if you haven't heard what this is about by now, go watch somebody else's video. Ace of Spades is the next book we're going to talk about. This could be a book that I read for, I'm going to insert a little clip of me showing my pre-order merch that I got. But it could be a book that I read for Black Aween-a-thon. But I'm not sure. This is another book that y'all have scared me off of. And we all have different tastes, but most of the people who I've heard say something not necessarily positive about this book, I trust their opinions, but I'm still gonna go into it with my own brain and my own thinking and to form my own opinion. I think me and Bree are supposed to, Bree from the Lock Booktician, are supposed to buddy read this, but I think it'll be a while before we get to it. And oh, I like how they did that. I just noticed that book on the dust jacket. But yeah, I'm excited. I was super excited. I pre-ordered this, like I said. I was super excited just based off the premise. But hearing people who have actually read it now, I'm wondering, I'm a little afraid of the execution, but nonetheless, Ace of Spades. The next book that I am going to talk about is a romance, and that is Behind the Scenes by Christina C. Jones. I just wanted a physical copy of one of her works in my library on my shelf, and so I went to her website and bought this when she announced that it was available. maybe possibly for the first time. I'm not actually sure, but I really like this cover. I haven't read it yet, and I'm just gonna read like the first couple of sentences on the synopsis. So it says, perfect, privileged, strong, spoiled, uptight, useless. If there's any one thing Pierre and Logan have in common, it's their ability to invite snap judgments based on shallow views of who they are. Now I gotta keep going. So it says, Logan is the privileged only daughter of a respected family whose legacy runs long and deep. Pierre is the moody orphan son of big screen royalty who can't possibly live up to the privilege of his pedigree. Or maybe not. Perhaps they're just two people trying to navigate the pressures of a world hell-bent on telling them what they should be and eschewing the limits of other people's expectations. Maybe what they need most is somebody who can see beyond the shallow first impressions, just one person they can allow to see behind the scenes of who they are. Maybe they have more in common than it seems. So this is behind the scenes. I mean, look at that. Look at that man. Look at that lady on this cover. Jesus, they're so hot. I'm excited to get into this as soon as possible. This one, I don't know if there's any kind of thriller or horror or mystery elements in this. I don't think there are, but if I do pick it up, it will be in if I do pick it up this year, which is my intent, it will be in November. This next book is a book that I got on a recommendation of Ashley from the Bookish Realm, and that is The Only Black Girls in Town by Brandy Colbert. I thought this was a cute cover. You know, I love me a black girl on the cover. I don't even know what the premise of this book is, and I don't really want to know. It says 2 unlikely friends, 1 unforgettable mystery. So maybe I'd be able to read this in October and let it count. There's blue on the cover. Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's a ghost involved. I really don't know what this book is about. I just know that there's 2 black girls on the cover and they're friends, I think, and I'm happy. I'm happy this book exists. Let me know in the comments if you have read this and what you thought. This book I'm going to talk about now is a book that the Only Good Book Club is reading for our anniversary this month. It is the author that brought us together, and that is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. This book has been hot. It's on everybody's radar. It's on everybody's TBR this month, and I am also excited to read it. I have enjoyed 2 other works by Stephen Graham Jones. I intend to read Mapping the Interior. It's been on my TBR for the last couple months, if I'm being honest. But I plan to read Mapping the Interior between now and next month. Not sure exactly when. It's a really short book. I just haven't cracked it open because I don't have an audiobook for it. But this book is about, I'm really, honestly, I don't want to know what this book is about, but I do know that it has the last girl trope in it, and I am here to see what Stephen Graham Jones does with that trope. Next book, I bought it strictly because I really like the author on Twitter. I enjoy her tweets. I enjoy following her. I enjoy the stories that she retweets. And I know that she put out like 3 books in the past year or so. 2 of them I think were nonfiction. And then we have her debut novel, and that is Call Baby. Call Baby. This book, I am not super sure that it's going to be something that the subject matter, I'm not sure how I'm going to find the subject matter. I don't want to even read the synopsis to you, to be honest, and because I want to go into it blind, so I don't want to read the synopsis. I'll put the link to find this description on Goodreads or Storygraph in the description box. Okay, this next book I pre-ordered right after finishing this author's debut novel, and that is Sorrowland by River Solomon. Not exactly sure what this one is about either, because if you haven't noticed in this video, but almost all my videos, I try to go into books unaware. I don't really like to read the synopsis. Sometimes it gives spoilers, sometimes it just gives me more than I want before going into it, so I can give things fair chances. So I don't really know what this is about, but there's fungi on the cover. There's different type of plant life. It looks like maybe aquatic plant life even on the cover. And I again, the word of the day is excited. I am excited to get into this. This could also work for Black SF-a-thon because there's blue on the cover. But I'm not sure which category I'm going to try to put it in. But Sorrowland by River Solomon. Hype, hype, hype. And the last book on this TBR / haul / in this video is another one that I pre-ordered. I have started to really enjoy this form of nonfiction, and that is a memoir, and this is Dear Cinderin. Dear Cinderin by Akwaeke Emezi. It talks about their life up until like maybe last year, because it mentions the death of Vivek Oji and their other book here in the brief synopsis, and I am just curious what their life is like. What a beautiful author photo. There it goes. Yeah, I can't quantify why I'm excited about this, but I really have come to enjoy memoirs a whole hell of a lot, and I think Akwaeke seems really interesting, so I want to see what they have to say about their life. And so that's the last book in this haul. Okay, y'all, that was the last book, and that's basically the end of this video. I don't have any more books to talk to you about, I don't think. Yeah, I think I've talked about all the other books that I have received. This is the most recent. I didn't pre-order My Heart is a Chainsaw. I just bought it after it was released because your girl was broke. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you guys really soon. I have sprints scheduled next Thursday, which would be October 14th at 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm gonna try to do a little something different with that sprint, so tune in for that. I'm sorry this one took me so long, but like I said in the beginning, my allergies really kicked my butt last week, and I could barely talk. I could barely talk. Anyways, we'll see y'all in the next video, y'all. Bye. Wear your sunscreen.